this information, okay? I'm going to explain this information to people of all ages because this is something that people of all ages should be talking about. So if you're young and you hear me talk about this, please talk about this to your parents. Okay? If you're an adult, I want you to talk about this with other adults. Okay? This is very important. This is bad. All right. There are places like China where the person in charge in China has the authority to restrict websites. So here in America today, Joe Biden is looking at authorizing what has been in the news about TikTok. America for the past year or so has been like against TikTok, and they claim that out of all these websites and apps, that's like bad for America. That's not what I'm here to discuss. What I'm actually here to discuss is that because they started that discussion at all, let me make sure I still have us on the same page here. When they started talking about is TikTok good or bad for our country, it opened up an entire other discussion about are any websites or any apps good for our country. And they started looking at websites and apps as if it was good or bad for the country. And they've never done that before. Okay? So if you're young and you're trying to explain what I'm explaining to you, to your parents, I want you to say, hey, mom, hey, dad, did you hear about the president trying to ban TikTok? Okay, see what your parents know about it. All right, then I want you to ask another question. I want you to say, did you hear that what Joe Biden is changed in this bill, in this thing he's going to authorize, is that it's not just for TikTok. See, when these government people, when they write these 1,000-page storybooks, when they show up to these government meetings with pages and pages, but it's supposedly all for just one thing, it's like, what all did you write about in there? And that's exactly what I'm talking about. What Joe Biden is potentially about to sign is the authorization over any app and any website. You, we would hardly have, it would be like how I've seen China the past 10 years. There would be such limited internet access. We're close to not being able to communicate to certain people under the authority of the government. That so please, if you're young, I want you to bring up to your parents today this very important news. This does have to do with gaming. It has to do with fun. It has to do with TikTok. It has to do with Minecraft. It has to do with Fortnite. It has to do with Call of Duty. It has to do with any website, any app, any game, anything online. Anything online. And if you personally If you personally say something that the government doesn't agree with, then your access to that internet won't won't work anymore. Exactly how it is in China. So just to summarize this video one more time, there's breaking news, okay? There's a major TikTok situation, okay? The president of the United States, allegedly, just like the president of China, is about, well, the president of China already signed their authority to control all websites and all apps. And if you do something wrong, then you're limited to that internet access, as well as what websites and apps are available because the president made them unavailable. So here in America today, Joe Biden is about to authorize himself in control over all apps that we have access to in America, all websites that we have access to in America, and anything internet related. So, yes, you may think that you can get on the internet through your phone, but what if that gets limited because our president thinks he just wants to authorize your denial of getting on the internet? So please, if you're a young kid, please talk to your parents today about Joe Biden banning the bill states it started with TikTok, right? The discussion started with, is TikTok bad or good for the country? Right? But then further down the bill, it says we need to authorize denial or access to all apps and all websites, which this could be devastating. This could be terrible. Okay, so please, if you're young or if you're an adult, please talk to someone about this today. This really means a lot to me because in places like China, you do not have internet access to certain things. There are people who cannot talk to each other. This is like very bad. China is further along in this than we are, but if Joe Biden starts this, it's gonna go that exact same thing to where everybody has a social credit score, everybody has a QR code. For you kids out there, a social credit score is like how is like everybody being able to see your crown wins in Fortnite, right? So if you don't have a good amount of crown wins, you just aren't going to have any friends. I'm telling you, like this is like there's right now we have the ability to control it ourselves. That's all I'm saying. The more we allow our government and our president or whoever these people are to control these things, it's just going to make things worse. So once again, this video is just to summarize that Joe Biden today is about to authorize himself the power to control all websites and all apps in America. Okay, this is huge. I wouldn't make a video about it unless it was huge. Okay, so if you're young, I need you to tell your parents that Joe Biden is talking about a bill today that has to do with banning all websites and all apps, including TikTok. Okay, so please talk about it.